All right, stopped recording earlier. So why we exist, right? We are planners who profit. And the reason we exist is that my mission, I decided in fall of 2020, I was like, you know what? I want to help at least 100 wedding and event planners to build businesses that brings in consistent six-figure revenue and so that they can pay themselves monthly. All right. So, of course, the first milestone is paying yourself monthly and then building a six-figure business. Because to be truthful, many event planners, you see the beautiful, glamorous events that they produce, but many people are still not paying themselves. Many people are ending the year in the red instead of the green, or maybe just above the black. So, that's really my mission. And that's what I want to do. Right. So, we're on our way to our first 100. I'll change the mission, I guess, once we reach it. But right now, I want to focus on that first 100 people who I want to help build consistently profitable businesses and six-figure businesses, because it's very possible, right? You don't have to accept crumbs. You don't have to work for barely anything because you're an event planner. I know for myself, my background is in engineering. So my very first job out of college paid me over 70K. And I remember and knowing that, I could get raises and make more from there. So when I realized I wanted to be an event planner, I was so scared because I was like, man, am I going to be broke? Like, am I going to make money? Can I make money in this career? And I'm happy to share that it's very possible. And we're going to be talking more about that and celebrating some people who've done that as we go along. Now, the vision that I have is to see the event planning industry overall, specifically planning, be elevated, right? I want us to elevate the industry one planner at a time. A lot of times people feel the need to charge crumbs, even though your counterparts who are delivering, work for maybe, other vendors you're working with who are working for 6 hours on an event day, et cetera, are charging more than you because it's because other planners, right, who are undercharging. So I think that for us, the only way to get out of this is to elevate everyone, sharing the message that we work hard and we should be compensated for it, right? You shouldn't be accepting crumbs for how hard you're working for. And my vision is overall to see the standards change, right? The standards where planners are getting paid so much less than other vendors, and seeing that flipped, right? For the level of effort that we're putting in, especially for those who are offering full service event planning services. So this is why we exist. This is why I created this. And this is the bigger picture, right? Beyond what we're celebrating today. Now, these are different ways that you can work with in Planners Who Profit. So today we're celebrating people who are in the PWP Accelerator, but I want to start from the bottom. So I mentioned earlier, we have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. Make sure you're in both, Planners Who Profit. We also have a YouTube channel. It's a Statuesque Events YouTube channel for now. And I also offer free challenges. These are for people who are like, I'm a self-starter. I'm still kind of toying with the idea. I'm not ready to go full throttle with my business, but I want to learn, right? There's so much shared here for free or extremely low cost. And when I say low cost, I'm talking like $17 to $47. So when you're in this, you can afford that, you can afford that kind of investment in your business. And so if you identify as a self-starter, that's how you work with us. The next level up is PWP Foundations, which is a course. It's a self-guided course for beginners, for people who are like, I have an idea for an event planning company, or I created a company some months ago, or maybe even years ago, but I've never had a client. I've never had a paying client. And I'm working my way up to getting my first client, serving my first client. That's what PWP Foundations is for. Now, Explorers are for people who are like, you know what? I want to learn more. I want to grow, but I'm not really ready to go full throttle and make a huge investment yet. I want to learn more about Planners Who Profit. I want to learn more about what you do. I want to dive deeper without going all the way. The best way you can do this is by attending Planners Who Profit Live. You can go to plannerswhoprofitlive.com right now and join the waitlist to be the first to know when tickets are out, get the lowest possible rate, all that juicy stuff. You get to find out where we're going next. It's not going to be in DC. So I'm really excited about that. The breakthroughs there alone are phenomenal. And that's a great place to be, right? And then for people who are like, I'm ready to lead in my industry. I want to be one of the top planners in my area, and I want it fast. I'm not willing to wait 5 years. I'm not willing to, to wait years. I want it now, like in the next 6 to 12 months. I want people to know my name. I want to be making real money in my business. I'm ready to show up as a leader, both in my business and in my community. That's what the Planners Who Profit Accelerator is for. And those are the people that we're celebrating today. Okay, so I'm really excited about that, but I wanted to start by showing this just so you kind of understand some of the stuff we have going on here. So without any further ado, we're going to hop right in and introduce the graduating class. The Planners Who Profit Accelerator is a 6-month program. So that's why those who join in fall are graduating now. We also kind of take December off. So that kind of bumps everybody's enrollment up a little bit. So we're celebrating those who graduated in fall 2021. If you see yourself on this list, or actually even if you're an alumni, you should have a physical copy of your certificate either arriving today or sometime soon. They all should have actually arrived by now, but sometimes there's some post office delays. But I want to also celebrate here in front of everybody on the call. So first up, we have Jennifer Tom from Texas. Hello, Jennifer. I think she's on the line today. Jennifer, are you on?
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, Jennifer. Okay, so first up, we have, let me unpin myself so you can see other people. Yes. So we have Jennifer Hayes celebrating all the way from Texas. And Jennifer has actually also gone full time a couple of months ago, I believe. So we're really excited for you and all your growth. Also excited, of course, that you chose to invest with us and also was one of our panelists at the last Planners Who Profit Live. So we're celebrating you. We want to say congratulations. So everybody, you can clap or you could the applause in your Zoom button if you want to just give her a virtual applause. But we're celebrating you, Jennifer, on graduating and also just choosing to invest in yourself. Next up, we have Faith Falayan. I don't think she's on. I don't think she was able to join today, but Faith is from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Faith is also engaged, so we're excited for her. She's getting married in a few months. She's grown her business, and the exciting thing about Faith is that she lives in an area where the cost of living is lower, and the average cost of weddings, of course, follows the cost of living is also lower. But she's been able to sell very high-end packages anyway, just by her positioning and everything. And she's been a speaker at Planners Who Profit Live and also has been one of our coaches at Planners Who Profit Live. So she's done some amazing work and we're really just excited to see what's next for her. So congrats, Faith. So when you see the replay, you can see us clapping for you. All right, we also have Adela, who I think is on. I think I did see Adela join. Adela is in New Jersey, and she's a big ball of energy and joy. Oh, hey, Adela, we see you. Hey. And yeah, Adela is, big ball of energy. So funny story about Adela is when she first joined the program, I know she mentioned saying, oh, I'm not sure if, I'm going to be able to, I'm nervous about making sales, but I'll try. And every week after that, she'd join and be like, oh my gosh, guys, I just booked another client. And then the next week's call would come and she'd be like, I booked 2 clients this week. And I'd be like, I think you need to share with us what you're doing. Like, we didn't even how quick the results came for her was just even shocked to me. And I was like, wait, can we run that back? Can we take some notes on what you've been doing or what prayers you've been praying or what's happening over in your area? And this is, of course, a picture of her at Planners Who Profit Live. And she was one of our speakers there too. So we're really excited. Adela, congrats to you. Kudos to you. We're excited. We're so excited that we got to have you. We also want to celebrate Kanidra, who is on. Kanidra brings all the vibes every single time she's on the call. She brings all the energy. And Kanidra also gets our honorary resilience award, just for, literally just overcoming everything, but continuing to book clients, continue to grow your business. I don't know if you wanted to share something, Kanidra, not to pick on you, but we're so excited for you. And I just wanted to know if you wanted to share something.
I will just say thank you for the recognition. You guys know my hubby passed in October and he was my biggest cheerleader. So I was just so glad that we had the time together. And when I told him about Coach Faye and the program, and I was like, we need to just pay it in full. I need to do it. It need to get done. I don't need to worry about it. And he just took care of it. And I promise you, it is serving me in so many ways other than just with event planning, as far as being confident and sure of who you are and just owning, like when you find out what your niche is and it really clicks for you, there's nothing you can't do. So I'm so proud to be a graduate of the program. Thank you, Coach Faye, for everything. Your words are still ringing loudly in my ears.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kanidra, for sharing that with us. Again, I just wanted to, I wanted you to share in your own words, the whole piece, about the Resilience Award. And thank you so much for always being transparent and just pushing. And it's just been amazing to see what you've done prior to when that happened and also afterwards. So we're so excited for you. We also want to celebrate Christiana, who's not on the call today, but Christiana is from Maryland, just like myself. So it's always exciting to have a fellow Marylander here. And we just want to celebrate you for completing the program and just for being part of this. Of course, we also have Melissa, Pastor Melissa, on the call. I always do that and she doesn't like it, but she's Pastor Melissa to me. For joining Planners Who Profit. I'm not going to say too much here because we're going to be hearing from her again, but we're so excited for you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited. I'm inspired by you watching everything that you do in life and business and just balancing it all. You can't really see it here, but she's a mom of, I believe, 3. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm always inspired by you. I love hearing everything from you and I'm just excited. Next up, we have Victoria Amesbury. Hey, Victoria. So you can wave. Congrats to you. You guys can put applauses press the applause button or clap if your camera's on. Victoria is definitely someone who I've been really excited to have in the program. And I remember initially, Victoria is one of the people who, when I was reviewing applications to join the program, because by the way, we don't accept everybody, you have to apply and not everybody's accepted. Victoria is one of the people that I was like, let me see. I think this could work. And I literally heard God say, "You're going to work with her." And I was like, okay. And I remember, and so every single time that Victoria comes to me with a new idea or a new win, I'm always like, oh, yes, this is exciting. I'm always excited to see her growth and progress, just because Victoria was kind of like right on that line of what the border of what I would normally, as far as how much experience you have, and just my nervousness about whether or not she would be able to incorporate everything that she's learning kind of started to get into the way. But I'm really excited that I accepted her. I'm excited about all her growth, about everything that you've done in the program, and are continuing to do. I know you're in the middle of a launch right now, so we'll see how that goes over the next couple of weeks. But we're so excited for you, Victoria. And yeah, I'm just excited. I'm always excited to see you on the calls because you're on almost every one. We also have Letitia, who is from, I forgot to say, Victoria is from Rochester. We also have Letitia, who is from the Boston area. She's in Massachusetts. And yeah, it's super exciting having you on the call. It's always great to have other multicultural people, Africans as well, and people who want to serve that niche just like myself. And you're literally always positive. I don't think I've ever heard you say anything negative or be annoyed. And that's perfect for this industry. And of course, it's great to see all of your growth. And you also were a panelist at Planners Who Profit Live, which is super, super exciting. Now, I didn't want to put too many people on the spot, but everybody will have a chance to speak in a moment. But first, I want to hear from our class speakers. So we have a couple people who have volunteered to speak and share a word with everybody. So of course I had to tag on Pastor Melissa because this is what she does. And so at this point, I would like for Melissa to speak. Let me stop sharing. And then also, I want to highlight you just to make sure everybody can see you, just to make sure people are getting everything they need to get. Sorry. All right. And I'm really excited to hear what you have to say for everybody here, especially to encourage the graduating class. There we go. Hey, Melissa, we can see you now.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, everyone. This is so cool. First of all, thank you, Faye, for your vision and for being someone who executes. I think thank you for your yes is a great statement to make because of your ability to see that this was needed, that there was a void in the event space for this type of coaching. We're all here today and all of our businesses are better for it. So thank you, first and foremost. You deserve all your flowers and your coins. So thank you. Thank you for being a trailblazer, a trendsetter, and such a great example. You mentioned me balancing. You were doing a whole engineering job while planning, while also being active in ministry and doing all of the things also. So you're such a great example for finding life balance and traveling too. She's in Dubai, she's in Jamaica, she's everywhere. So thank you. Truly, this program has been a blessing to me. And the joke is that I'm never on the calls, but I'm doing the work and I'm always on Facebook and I'm following up and I'm checking to see the comments when I get a moment. But this has been a blessing to me, as I'm sure that it has been for all of you. Like I said previously, all of our businesses are better for it. And if I could leave us with anything, it's really just applaud yourself for believing in yourself. Applaud yourself for making the investment in yourself and believing that there is more for you, and that the creativity that you have, the knack for organization that you have is not by accident. It is something that God gave you to help you build legacy, and not just for you in your own personal finances, but also in the lives of the couples that we serve. And for those of us who have expanded to do event work outside of weddings, I know some of us also do corporate now, some of us also work in the experiential marketing space. And so we have this beautiful opportunity to bring beauty everywhere we go. It's not just about aesthetics, although that's a big part of it, and we all love that part. But it's about the energy and the light that we bring into the spaces where we're privileged to serve. And I've been thinking about that more and more, that the couples that we serve, it's not just because we're wanting to make their lives easier on the journey to I do, but there's something more that we bring to the table beyond our services and packages. It's peace. It's a friend when you're stressed out about your guest count because your mother-in-law wants to add 10 people and isn't contributing. It's it's a friend. You find a friend in the process, and there's something so beautiful about being able to build relationships with others while doing this work. So congratulations to all of you. I wish you all much success, multi six figures and beyond for all of your businesses. I pray that you all have much clearer vision as you move forward, as Faye has given us such a strong foundation. I hope that you all continue to build on that. And I don't know, Faye, I think we need another Facebook group just for alums so we can share the wins and share our tidbits and all of that. I'm gonna just throw that out there, but it's been so cool to watch your journeys from afar. So many of you I actually follow on Instagram, and so I get to see the marketing plans at work, and I'm rooting for you from a distance. And I just cheers to one of the best years of your business yet, and even more to come. Congrats, everybody.
Thank you, Melissa. Yes. Okay. So I'm sure now everybody now knows why I asked her to speak. Who else is feeling inspired after hearing that? Who else is feeling like
well, look, and I was getting ready to say the doors of the church are now open.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. For those who are on the call who are not in the program, Melissa actually is a pastor. It's a joke, but it's not really actually a joke. So Melissa actually is a pastor. So that's why we say that. But she doesn't lead with that always, in her business. But yeah, she is phenomenal. Thank you so much. And I know Melissa joined the program after a little bit of a break in business after having one of your children. And it's just been inspiring, like I said, to see okay, after having a bunch of young children, going after business the way you have, and expanding to so many areas. It's inspiring to me, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited for, you definitely are in the 10K month club, probably a little above that now, well above that now. But yeah, she's definitely in the money club, making money club. And it's something that gets me very excited to see and to know. So thank you, Melissa. That is one of your graduating class speakers. So I also, let's see, I don't want to forget, but I want to also introduce your second class speaker, who is Letitia, like I mentioned earlier, who lives in the Boston area, Boston metro area. She's in Massachusetts, not exactly in Boston, but nearby. And Letitia, like I said, is always positive. She always has something very positive to say. She's always smiling, even late at night on our calls and everything. It's just a joy. And I can only imagine what it's like for your couples working with you, through with everything that you bring to the table, including your attitude and organization, and of course, your growth in recent times. So at this point, we're going to turn it over to you in one moment. Just give me a second to stop sharing and to spotlight you. And I'm excited to hear what you have to say to your graduating class.
All right. Hi, everyone. Congratulations to us all. Thank you, Faye, for this opportunity. And like Melissa said, for your yes, right? We're all the better because of it. I don't think there's one person who's gone through the program that has regretted it. So thank you so much for your yes. So 8 months ago, I submitted my information to join this coaching program. Before that, I was a habitual free webinar attendee, right? Like jumping from one webinar to another, getting some inspiration, no results, just inspiration and filling up my inbox with, tips that were not really useful. I loved weddings. I've always loved weddings. I've always loved planning events, but it was very overwhelming. I had no systems in place. I didn't know any real processes, and things took time. It was really overwhelming. I shied away from providing full service planning because of that, and would just take time off because it was just too much. So when I joined the program, I was hesitant yet optimistic. I wondered, is it really gonna work? Plus I was like, it's money, it's a lot of money. Like, is it really worth it? But then I saw, I had read about some of the results that people were having, and needless to say, it was 100% worth it. It was very, very much worth it. I received so much in these past 8 months. For one, I received more clients than I ever had before. I started booking more full planning clients. In the past, it was more so coordination clients that were attracted to me. And with my first client alone paid for the program. My first full planning client that booked paid for the program. So it was definitely worth it. I got on the first page of Google. I started booking clients back to back, and it was like ideal clients, people that would find me based on like the SEOs and all of that. And I also became less stressed because of these systems that we learned, and things that we learned about boundaries. These were things that I never really was putting into place before. And so the process became less stressful. So I'm a mom also, mom of 3, so 3 small kids. So, just not having systems and just the whole time that it would take me, it was just a lot. It was taking a toll on myself and my family life and everything that I have to manage. I also learned how to market myself, whether it's through SEO, through social media, brochures, all of that. What I didn't realize, so, I was optimistic that it would work because I had seen how it worked for others, or read the I guess testimonies, right? In the whole but what I didn't realize is what would change about myself. This program allowed me to be way more confident in what I bring to the table, confident in my skills, in recognizing myself as the leader, whenever there's a wedding and an event. It also allowed me to recognize my worth and to charge my worth. And it gave me that confidence, that boost to go ahead and actually charge my worth. And so, just as I've learned, I know that everyone present has, different things that has changed from day one to today, different things that you have obtained and different things that you have learned. I just want to remind us all that it starts with our mindset. We hear that, over and over in the calls, in the trainings. It starts with our mindset. It starts with our mindset. One of the things that I really like with Faye is you always ask us questions. Like, we'll ask you, how much should I charge? But then you turn the question back to us. So, for those who are I guess, leaving, right? Leaving the program, graduating and moving on. I want to encourage you to just ask yourself questions. Why am I doing this? Why am I not doing this? You know, what's the real motivation behind it? Ask yourself the question. Remember that you're making it easy for them. You're providing a very, very valuable service. You're making wedding planning easy for very special clients. So just remember that you are, you know, you have the secret sauce, like we learned. You are, you know, the secret ingredients. Keep investing in yourself and keep pressing forward. The sky is truly the limit. The sky is the limit for us all. Thank you, Faye, and congratulations to us all.
Yes, I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Letitia. Okay, okay. Wow. Okay. I love it. Thank you so much to you both for agreeing to be class speakers. Yes, Letitia is also a mom of 3. I did mention that earlier, but whew, yeah. So whenever I say people are juggling a lot and making it work, like, I'm not lying, y'all. Like, they're doing bath time, tummy time, and planning weddings, right? And doing whatever else is going on in their lives and doing it well and making money, you know? So that is what I love to see. Warms my heart. I'm so excited. I love that charge to ask yourself questions, you know, instead of just making decisions, just ask yourself questions, understand the root of why you're doing everything. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So at this point, before we move on, I want to know if any of the other graduates who are on the line have something to share before we move on or have no pressure. Going in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I guess we're going to continue with everybody in the chat, and that is totally fine. But thank you so much to you both for speaking, for sharing. All right. So like I said, this is our first ever graduation. I did not, I guess, have the idea to do this in the past, but I wanted to acknowledge those who had already graduated, right? So we have a few of them on the call, not all, but a few have joined us. So I've pulled pictures of this fabulous group of people who have already graduated. All right, I see people raising the roof. We have Yosira Jameson, who's based in Maryland. She's not here today, but she did send me an email and she said shout outs to everybody and she would be catching the replay. So congratulations to you and to everything happening in your business. This is Yosira. So fun fact, there was a period last year where I was getting a little overwhelmed. Well, a little earlier this year, I was getting overwhelmed with inquiries. I was getting so many and I was just like, I can't take on these clients. So I kind of started, you know, sending these clients to my other clients. And Yosira sent me an email saying, hey, I really appreciate the referrals, but I'm booked for the year. I was like, okay, that's good to hear. That's what I like to hear. You know, you're booked, you're at capacity. That's what I love to hear. And that's something that's amazing. Courtney Rose is on the call today. I'm not going to say too much because you guys are going to hear from her, but she's the bomb. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if people still say the bomb. That's like 20-year-old slang, but I'm gonna say it. She's been a coach at at our last Planners Who Profit Live, and she also spoke at our very first Planners Who Profit Live. So she's always great to have around. If you ever follow Dances & Co. on Instagram, you know she does amazing work, and it's great to have her. We also have Starvell, who is doing an amazing job. I also spoke with her a few days ago. I know she's working on a number of weddings this year, keeping busy, and that's something that I love to see. Now, Yosira, Courtney Rose, and Starvell joined the program before it even started. So I got to shout them out because they joined literally before it officially started last January. So they were my original 3 who said yes before we were really official. And it's just phenomenal to see the growth since then. And like I said, we do have one alumni speaker today. So she'll tell you a little bit about the journey afterwards and how that's been. Because again, my goal is not for you to join the program, make some money, leave, and then go back to the way you were. So that's kind of the purpose here. We have Deneen Heath, who's not here today. She's a she's part of a mother-daughter duo. She's doing really well. She actually runs a cake baking business, but will be opening a venue soon, and wanted to learn more about planning and also about growing, the marketing and an SEO end of her business. And that has also been doing really great. So congrats to you at 512 Desserts. If you ever need a dessert, shout out to her. She's also in Maryland. And then we also have Paige Penn Jones, who, as you can see, is stunning there and doing an amazing job as well. Also based in Maryland. On the border of Pennsylvania, though, so she could kind of go both ways. Now, we also have Nicole Campbell, who I know is on the line. She's been a panelist at Planners Who Profit before. She's done a lot of great events, including a really festive Caribbean themed birthday party that she did earlier this year. I'm sure all of us saw it on Instagram. It was amazing. So Nicole, it's always great to see your face, see your growth, everything. So congrats to you, kudos to you. We have Roxanne from Texas, from the great state of Texas, the great country of Texas. And she's a joy. I know I've worked with Roxanne a while back. I actually had a wedding in Texas and I asked her to help me on that day. And when we were speaking, she was like, man, ever since I started working with you, I've booked at least one client a month. And that's what I love to hear. Growth, money, business, everything. And I know that life is continuing to grow with her. She has twins and another child. So she also is juggling a lot, but doing it with so much grace. We have Katera, who specializes in South Asian weddings. And she is doing an amazing job over in Virginia as well. I have a long relationship with her, but she's always been amazing. And, she's done some pretty amazing recent weddings, including some destination ones. I mean, it's just amazing to see everybody's growth. We have Nwakeego, also goes by Kay, in New Jersey, who's always does an amazing job. She has two ends to her business, both floral design and event planning. And she says that both have been growing and booming since being in the program. And that's been great. And of course, we have Emanuela from Florida, who has decided to focus more on florals, but has been doing an amazing job since leaving. So these are just some of our alumni. Grab some pictures, put them together on here. And I want you guys to celebrate them too, all right? Because like I said, they didn't get a graduation. I didn't have this idea before, but I wanted to make sure that for anybody here that you got to see them. And with that, oops, oh no, did I forget to change your picture? Hold up, wait a minute. I'm gonna fix it. All right, so with that, I want everybody to do me a favor and welcome. I know this is so janky, but I'm gonna do it because it's bothering me. I must have done Control Z. Okay, I want everybody to do me a favor and welcome Courtney Rose, because she is going to be speaking next as your alumni speaker. So Courtney Rose, I'm excited for you. Despite the little snafu, I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Y'all know I keep it honest. Okay, I'm excited to hear what Courtney Rose has to say. And of course, she's always matching. So her shirt actually matches, kind of goes a little bit with the theme. So it's always great to hear what you have to say. And I'm also nervous, but not nervous, but I'm really excited to hear what you have to say, because I gave her a time limit and she's like, I'm going to try to keep it under that. And I was like, okay, you must have a lot to say. So I'm and it's okay if you go a little over, it's all good. We have time, but I am really, really excited. So let me go ahead and spotlight you and then you can share with everybody.
Awesome. Hello. And if my name has to be beside anybody else's picture, Letitia's picture was a beautiful one to be next to. So, well, hey, everyone. My name is Courtney Rose Dantis, and I am, as Faye shared, a graduate of PWP. And it's so exciting to be here with all of the graduates and to also see some of the planners who I went through the program with, and just folks that I've also just met that are part of the PWP family. And even for the people who I haven't met in person yet, it feels like I know you because I've heard about so many of your successes in the program. So it's just so awesome to be here with all of you. And so Faye asked me to share some thoughts of encouragement with you all today. And I took that opportunity to kind of look back at my growth and accomplishments since joining the program a year and a half ago. And as I thought about it, I would say I definitely have achieved greater alignment in connecting with my ideal client. I've confidently provided full planning and design services for my couples, also while commanding higher prices. I think back to the first service I ever booked, which was $500. And today to be able to say that I'm booking full planning clients that are 5 figures is just a blessing to be at this place in my business. I'm now able to confidently share my value and succinctly describe my unique offerings to potential clients. And I've achieved greater clarity and balance in my business and in my life because of the systems that I've implemented. But one really important lesson that I've taken away from this incredible season of growth has been the act of quieting my mind and celebrating the now. That's the N-O-W now. Instead of a place where I used to be very early in my business, where I was always looking forward to the next best thing. And I know it can be really easy for us to get caught up in thinking about, getting to that next price point, or getting published in that magazine you want to be published in, or working with a specific type of client, or working at a particular venue, or working with a specific vendor. You almost get stuck in looking forward that you fail to take that moment to be present and relish the moment. And I have a 3-year-old, and she's sitting right next to me right now. So in case you hear an outburst, that's where that's coming from. But I'm drawing inspiration from her today in my remarks. And she sadly informed me the other day that she is no longer a Daniel Tiger fan, but she used to be a Daniel Tiger fan. And so I'm sure some of my fellow parents of toddlers or those with grandbabies might know who this is. But Daniel Tiger and his parents and his school friends, they sing little songs during the show where they talk about their emotions, or they're dealing with family life, celebrating nature and wildlife. It's a very, very cute show. And I've committed many of these songs to memory just because, they're often repeated. But there's one song in particular that's called Enjoy the Wow That's Happening Now. And the song is all about taking a moment to pause and take a look around and enjoy all of the wonderful things that you have in your life and appreciate them in the moment. Not what's going to happen a half an hour from now, not what's happening tomorrow, not what's happening next year, but literally stopping to smell the roses. And I've thought a lot about applying that sentiment to my wedding planning business. And I encourage each of you to do the same, because it can be so easy to think about what's next, who you're going to work with next, that you really fail to take that moment to stop and be present. And you are instead focused on that next pinnacle, that next stepping stone, right? That when you're truly going to be successful, even though you're in the midst of your own success right now, and you're just not taking that moment to reflect on that. So I'm sure you've had those thoughts. Once I get to X dollar planning package, I'm going to be successful. Or once I get to work with that photographer, I'm going to be successful. Or once I work with this specific kind of client, I'm going to reach success. Or whatever that thing is, right? That's standing in between you and your vision of success. I really want to implore you to focus on right now, because success is not finite. In fact, it's infinite. So I want you to think about an awesome thing that is happening in your life or in your business at this moment, or maybe some great things you've already accomplished, like graduating from PWP, or maybe that wedding you completed 2 weeks ago and you just quickly moved on to the next wedding and you failed to think about all of the incredible work that you did to make that event a success. And grab a group of your girlfriends or your event industry friends, go grab drinks, go buy that new bag, and just celebrate what you have accomplished, because it's amazing. It's truly amazing. And I know that in this fast-paced culture of event planning, it's just literally go, 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 right? From one event to the next. But taking that moment to pause, and reflect, and celebrate is what's going to shore you up for the long term. And it's what's going to prevent that burnout and keep you excited and invigorated by this work for years to come, if that's what you want. So enjoy the wow of what's happening now. And remember to celebrate how far you've come in preparation for everything that's to come in the future. And just remember your success deserves to be celebrated. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Courtney Rose. I see so many applauses. I'm seeing lots of applauses visually, and also the pop-ups and everything. So thank you so much. I'm seeing in the comments that was an awesome and encouraging word that was on time, and you have a fellow Daniel Tiger fan as well in the chat as well. So we've got a lot going on here, guys. This is amazing. This is exactly what I was hoping for. This is exactly what I was envisioning for today, for this graduation ceremony. I hope you guys have enjoyed the speakers and the encouragement. I know you guys get to hear from me so much via Facebook, via modules, via the calls, but I knew that there's nothing like hearing from your peers, right? Or maybe someone who is a couple steps ahead of you, right? And I think that it brings you so much encouragement and it shows you what's possible, right? You heard from, like I said, Melissa, who's part of our at least 10K month club. I think it may be a little higher now, and she told us so much about knowing your worth and just about knowing, she said a lot. So again, pass the offering plate, but we love everything we heard from Melissa, especially Letitia talking about asking questions, asking yourself questions so you don't lose, so you can kind of start learning how to coach yourself, right? Learning how to ask yourself questions, keep yourself on track with your goal and even in life after the program, right? And then finally you heard from Courtney Rose, which was all about being present, right? And Courtney Rose, by the way, is in six-figure club. So hey, shout outs to you. But shout outs to that. That's major. But yeah, celebrating, right? As things are happening, celebrating as you're moving forward. Recognizing that, because that's the thing that's going to give you more confidence for the next thing, right? That you're working with, like recognizing what you did today will give you the confidence for tomorrow and keep you from getting stuck. Because you can get stuck at any level. You can get stuck at 5,000. You can get stuck at 10,000. You can get stuck at you can get stuck at any level. But what gets you unstuck is recognizing, celebrating your wins along the way. So for all of you guys in the program I know some people who are currently in the program here. By the way, some people who have graduated today have chosen to extend for a while. So don't be surprised if you consider seeing them in the calls. But know that when I send my questionnaires about milestones, I always ask, what are you going to do to celebrate? So for those of you guys who like to skip that question, stop skipping the question. Start filling out the box. Tell me what you're going to do to celebrate. Even if it's like, oh, I'm going to go out and buy cookies or something. It doesn't have to be expensive, but just stop skipping that question. There's actually purpose in it. And I know I always kind of call you guys out in the one-on-ones when you skip over that, but it's really important, right? Celebrating doesn't mean blowing a whole lot of money or doing something that takes a lot of time, but really just taking time to relish in what just happened in your life. I wanted to leave you guys with something that I always share. And I think this is something that most people, when you're first joining the program, one of my favorite mantras, and one of the things that I just kind of came up with one day and shared it with my team. And it just it changed so much about my mindset and just my commitment to certain things in my business. And that was, I bring excellence and elegance to every event that I work on. I bring it, right? So when you think of yourself that way, it forces you to bring excellence and bring elegance to every event that you're doing, right? It forces you to not rely on outside things like, oh, if we don't book this one photographer, or if I don't get published in this one magazine, my business is going to fall apart, right? And I think that this is so crucial because over the years, I've actually seen a lot of things. I've seen people get published and then just shut down and give up on their business, because I say this all the time for those who are in the program, but being published is more of a flex than a marketing tool, right? Very few people go into wedding magazines shopping for any wedding vendor. So it's a flex. It's something. It's a tool that you can utilize. But whenever you rely on this one thing to happen, and the result that you expect from it doesn't match what you were expecting, it can cause you to give up on everything in your business. And that's why I want you to focus on having a balanced approach to the way you look at things, a balanced approach to the way you look at milestones, and also how you look at yourself. Just knowing that if I'm in the room, I'm going to bring calm, I'm going to bring elegance, and that's my purpose, right? Here, I'm going to bring calm, elegance, and organization. I also want to encourage everyone who is graduating to commit to process. You guys know that I'm a very process-oriented thinker. Whether you are a solopreneur, whether you are committed to planning every event that your business does, or if you are looking to eventually expand into a team, like some people on the call have already done or are planning to do, you need a process because that's what saves you time. It saves you all the time of figuring out what should I be doing now, and you just do the thing and then you move on, right? So commit to process. Committing to a process of how you communicate with people keeps you from being overly stressed and, it keeps you within certain boundaries, right? Committing to the process of how you onboard people, committing to the process of how you move from stage to stage, right? Obviously, you need some flexibility when you're working with other people, but commit to the process and understand the purpose, the purpose of each process, whether it's time savings, whether it's bringing calm to the client. Commit to that, right? Don't throw everything out the window now that you're graduating. And if there's some things that you've modified for yourself, that's amazing. You should, because it's your business and you are the CEO of your business. But just make sure you commit to that. And the last thing I want to say is, and I think Courtney Rose kind of stole it, sort of, but commit to balance. Whenever, for everybody who's in the program, I always lead by saying, I would say I probably answer every single week, I answer at least one question, starting with, well, there was a point in my life where I was in like 17 ministries, I had a job, I was traveling all the time, I didn't miss family things, and I would work on 20 weddings a year. And the reason I always led with that is because I never wanted a business that took me away from the things that I love, right? Whether I'm single, right? Single, married, kids, whatever, I never wanted that. And so when you commit to balance, some decisions become easier, right? When you commit to doing things in an organized way, commit to just commit to that, to focus on that commitment to yourself. A lot of times we focus so much more on commitments to other people. Focus on the commitment to yourself and find the solutions that align with that, right? Because when you're rested, when you're clear, you can bring so much more to weddings. So I'm really excited about everybody. I'm excited about everybody's growth here. I'm excited about everybody in the 10K month club, 100K club, those who are pushing for 20K month clubs, 5K month clubs, wherever you are, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what's next for you. You guys know that I'm nosy, so I like to send a lot of questionnaires. Even if you are an alumni, you have received questionnaires from me where I've asked you, how's business going? How is this going? And in exchange, I'll answer a couple questions for you. So don't be a stranger. Hey, come to Planners Who Profit Live, come to retreats. We're starting to incorporate retreats. Those are the ways that I would love to stay connected. But yeah, just know that I'm rooting for everybody. I really do have that mission to grow consistently profitable businesses, and I want yours to be one of them. All right. So with that, I want to ask, does anyone else, I'm going to go with last call. Does anyone else, any of our alumni or any of our current clients, or any of those who are graduating today, does anyone have anything you want to share? We've heard so much today. I just want to know, does anyone have anything you want to share? Even if it's just about how you're feeling, if it's about something else that you've learned that you want to share with everybody, please go ahead and do that, That's why I like these two-way Zooms. Love the PWP squad. I love that.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, I just want to say that Meeting Faye is one of the best decisions or best things that has happened to my business. I was talking to a friend yesterday and I'm telling her that just being in her life alone, my business has grown, my life has changed. And I feel like most of the things that I learned, it's not just applicable to my wedding planning business. It's also applicable to my life in general. And it's just been great. It's lovely finding people or people finding me and saying, oh, I've been following you for a while on Instagram. I think that just blew me away because nobody could find me before on Instagram. Nobody could find me on using my website. But just the influence and the impact has been really great. And I don't know if there's any new person here. Trust me, the process is great. Now, when I get inquiries, I just go into my folder and I send an email. No stress. I don't have to think about what to type. I don't have to think about anything else. So for that, I just want to say thank you so much, Faye. for encouraging me to join. Thank you for investing in my business and my life. I'm grateful. And yeah, thank you.
I want to add something to that real quick. Kind of related to how our speaker started off with acknowledging you for your yes. I call Coach Faye. She gonna feel I be 67, she gonna be Coach Faye. But that is so big and something that I'm learning, and I think we're all learning that is that there is somebody else connected to your yes. And so you probably never would have anticipated that the fruit on your tree would be this plenteous. But your tree's going to be amazing. You don't have just like a tree, like you're going to have orchards because we're going to go and reproduce what it is that you have taught us. We're not going to, I have a friend sitting over here who's getting ready to start an event. She's getting ready to purchase an event center. And I've been talking about, PWP ever since I've been in it. So, Coach Faye, you're like a gift that keeps on giving. And so we're going to do the same thing that you have done for us. So shout out to you for your harvest, sis, because it's going to be great. And thank you for your yes and all the work that you have done and being confident and changing your mindset and being able to teach that to somebody else.
Thank you, Kenitra. Thank you, Adela. That's so great. That's so great. Oh, okay. This is beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody. This is everything I wanted it to be: brief, but very, very impactful. I'm so excited that everybody's taken time out of your busy schedules, because y'all know we're all busy, just to be here to participate and to celebrate, especially for those of you who did not graduate, who are not, even in the program, who've chosen to join and just celebrate with those who are graduating. Or who have graduated in the past. I'm so excited for you. Just a reminder once again, for everybody, just got to say it again. If you graduated in the past or have graduated, you're going to have a certificate coming for you in the mail. If it's not already there, if you are graduating or if you have graduated, you will hear from me again. Please take the survey, because I like to keep up with what's going on with you. I'm really considering this alumni group, so look out for that as well, for just the link and everything about how to join, just so the community can continue. I really like that idea, especially now that we have a good number of alumni. I'm really excited, about everything. I'm excited about all of your futures. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to end this out. I'd like to end this with a quick prayer just for everybody, and then we can roll on out. And for those of you who are in the program or alumni, you can stay on for our coaching call for the night. It's on Thursdays at 7. So it's right after this. All right, Father God, we just thank you for every single person here. We thank you for every business. We thank you for every soul. We thank you just for every leader in the room. We thank you for everybody on the sound of our voice. We thank you for everybody who came out here just to celebrate, others who are on the line. Father God, we thank you for growth. Your word says so much about fruit, that are, it says so much about fruit, and there've been so many analogies today about growth, about fruit, Lord God, and we just thank you for all the fruit in the room. We thank you, Lord God, because we know that, plants, things in nature continue to grow, Lord God. And we thank you because we know that every single business here is going to continue to grow beyond today. Where they are today is not their ending point. It's not their last point, but now they have the tools to continue to grow, to continue to, think higher thoughts, and to tap into all the things that you created each person to be. We're just so grateful. Today is a celebration. Today is not a sales pitch or anything. It's just a celebration for everything and where we've gone so far. And we just thank you for everyone who's going to be joining us in the future, joining our alumni group, joining the PWP squad. And we just ask that you just speak to every single person, give them the things that they need moving forward, and also just guide us as we step into the coaching call for tonight and just continue with coaching and growth. In our Lord's name we pray, amen. Amen, amen. Sorry. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining. You can stay on this line if you're staying on the coaching call. If not, you can go ahead and exit. And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to shuffle before we move on. But thanks so much, everybody. For those of you guys who are watching the replay, yes, we'll catch you later.